It has been a busy week, full of news and updates on English to Africa TV. Here are some highlights from each of our programs. On Africa 54,
the Gambia has launched an urgent door-to-door campaign to remove cough and cold syrups from households and store shelves in the tiny West African country. The syrups are being blamed for the deaths of more than 60 children. Paul Ndiho has more.
Gambian President Adama Barrow promised his country would boost health measures, including better quality control over imported medicine, after the mysterious death of dozens of children. Barrow says 66 children have died in the past 3 months from acute kidney failure, with fears that imported cough syrups are to blame.
on Straight Talk Africa,
Hello there and welcome. I'm Haiti Adams. Thank you so much for joining me. We begin our show with a new segment, The Reporters, where VOA correspondents join me to discuss coverage of developing stories and trends from across the continent.
There was so much excitement when it was heard that both sides have accepted an invitation by the African Union to lead talks that were to happen somewhere in South Africa. And so there was a build-up to that excitement, and that finally there's going to be a sort of a truce and hopefully peace returning to that country, because it has been a long time coming.
on Red Carpet,
Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. On this episode of Red Carpet, we have a new DC art exhibit featuring black women artists, a Kenyan designer finds a new career in fashion, and we take a look at some of the black actors in consideration to play the new 007. Egypt is expected to miss out on the Best International Film Oscar competition for 2022. That's according to Egyptian media reports confirmed by Deadline. The Committee of Critics and Cinema Professionals responsible for selecting the country's submission decided not to send a film for the lack of a credible candidate. Now, despite submitting films for the Best International Film category and its foreign language predecessor since 1958, Egypt has never won the award or been nominated.
on Healthy Living,
Hello, I'm Linor Moudou. Welcome to Healthy Living. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is a disorder that develops in some people after experiencing a scary, dangerous, or shocking event, such as a death, a car accident, or a sexual assault. According to the U.S. National Institute of Health, almost everyone will experience different reactions during trauma, yet most people recover from those symptoms. PTSD may be identified in those who continue to have issues such as fear or stress, even when they are not in danger.
and on VOA Our Voices.
Hello and welcome to Our Voices. I'm Amina Aliyu, joined by my colleagues Lenore and Siminesh. Hello, ladies.
Hello,
Welcome.
Amina.
Especially to you, Lenore, a very special guest today, guest colleague.
Thank you. It's so good to be here today with you, ladies.
Thank you for joining us, yes.
So, ladies, let me ask you a question. What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear maternal health and Africa? Lenore, should we start with you?
You know, from a reporter's perspective, I can say that a lot of time, unfortunately, it's bad news. Women dying, the high mortality rate. In Africa, for example, the UN says it's 1,000 deaths per 100,000 births. So when you hear these numbers as a reporter, it's really staggering. Yeah.
I think I share what you said, because for me also it's about safety. When I think about maternal health in Ethiopia, which is where I am from, I think about the availability of health services, and if there are the health services, are they quality enough?
And this and more has been happening this week on English to Africa TV.
Very high risk.
That was Angie Omar for VOAAfrica.com.